Mickey Mouse is one of the most recognizable cartoon characters in the world, beloved by millions of people of all ages. Created by Walt Disney in 1928, Mickey Mouse quickly became a cultural icon and has since starred in countless films, television shows, and merchandise. He's often viewed as a symbol of childhood innocence, wonder, and imagination. However, behind the lovable image of Mickey Mouse, there are some darker aspects of this character and his story that are not often discussed. Mickey Mouse and political propaganda. Mickey Mouse was used to promote certain values and ideologies. Throughout the history, he has been used to promote various political agendas. During World War II, Mickey Mouse was used for propaganda purposes. He was used to recruit young men to join the army. The Disney Corporation produced several Mickey Mouse films and cartoons that were designed to promote patriotism and support for the war effort. While these efforts may have been well-intentioned, they also contributed to a culture of jingoism and militarism that persisted long after the war ended. Some of these films featuring Mickey Mouse contained racist and xenophobic imagery that was intended to dehumanize the enemy and justify American aggression. In more recent times, Mickey Mouse has been used in political ads and other propaganda to influence public opinion. This may seem harmless, but it has been criticized for perpetuating nationalism and militarism. The stereotypical portrayal of race and culture. In the early days of Mickey Mouse cartoons, the characters were often portrayed in ways that were stereotypical and offensive. For example, the character of Mickey Mouse was often shown as a damsel in distress, and characters of other races and cultures were often portrayed using negative stereotypes. Characters with disabilities were often shown as objects of pity or ridicule rather than as fully realized individuals. Mickey Mouse has been accused of perpetuating gender stereotypes. Some critics have argued that Mickey Mouse's film's portrayal of women in its cartoons is regressive and sexist. While Mickey Mouse himself is not guilty of this, he has been featured in many cartoons that perpetuate traditional gender roles. Commercialization and consumerism. Mickey Mouse has been criticized for promoting a culture of consumerism and encouraging excessive spending on licensed products and theme park experiences. Disney, as we all know, is one of the most successful and profitable media companies in the world, and its success has been built largely on its ability to use Mickey Mouse to market and sell merchandise to customers. Critics have argued that Mickey Mouse encourages children to place too much value on material possessions. Merchandising associated with the Mickey Mouse brand is worth billions of dollars each year, and some argue that this focus on consumerism is harmful to young viewers. Mickey Mouse promoted imperialism and American exceptionalism. Mickey Mouse has often been used to promote a specific view of American exceptionalism, which suggests that the United States is uniquely endowed with moral, political, and economic values that make it superior to other nations. In many cases, this view is coupled with an imperialist ideology that justifies American intervention in other countries. This narrative is often reflected in Mickey Mouse animated films and cartoons, where foreign characters are portrayed as stereotypes and caricatures, and where American heroes come to the rescue of less fortunate people around the world. For example, in the film Aladdin, the Middle Eastern characters are depicted as exotic and backward, while the American character, Aladdin, is portrayed as handsome and noble hero who saves the day. Despite these criticisms, Disney continues to be a major force in American popular culture, and Mickey Mouse remains one of the most recognizable and beloved characters in the world. Mickey Mouse and racism. The early years of Mickey Mouse cartoons were not immune to the racism that pervaded American society during the early 20th century. African American and Asian characters in particular were often depicted using crude caricatures and stereotypes that reinforced racist attitudes and contributed to the marginalization of minority groups. For example, the character of Sunflower in the 1946 film Fantasia was a racist caricature of a young black girl with exaggerated features and a subservient personality. In the 1933 cartoon Mickey's Melodrama, Mickey Mouse donned blackface and performed a minstrel show, perpetuating harmful stereotypes about African Americans and contributing to the normalization of racist attitudes in popular culture. While these portrayals are no longer acceptable today, they serve as a reminder of the damaging impact that racism can have on society and the importance of using popular culture to challenge harmful stereotypes and promote understanding and tolerance. Mickey Mouse, mischievous and naughty character. It might surprise you that Mickey Mouse was originally intended to be a mischievous and naughty character, but was later toned down to be more family-friendly. When Walt Disney first created Mickey Mouse, he was meant to be a cheeky and rebellious character. In the early cartoons, Mickey would often engage in acts of mischief and even occasionally dabble in alcohol and tobacco use. However, as Mickey became more focused on children, he was gradually made more wholesome and friendly to appeal to a wider audience and be more suitable for family viewing. The transformation of Mickey Mouse from a mischievous character to a family-friendly icon was not without controversy. Some fans of the original cartoons felt that the sanitized version of Mickey lacked the edginess and rebelliousness that made him so appealing in the first place. Others argued that the changes to Mickey's character were necessary to ensure that he remained relevant and popular in an increasingly competitive market. Influence on childhood development. Disney's pervasive influence on popular culture with Mickey Mouse means that its media has a significant impact on the development of young children. While many parents and caregivers view Mickey Mouse as a source of entertainment and education, others have raised concerns about the potentially harmful effects of Mickey Mouse films on young viewers. One area of concern is how Mickey Mouse perpetuates gender stereotypes and reinforces unrealistic beauty standards. For example, many Mickey films feature princesses who are passive, dependent, and defined primarily by their physical appearance. This can be harmful to young girls who internalize these messages and develop a distorted view on their own value and worth. Another area of concern is the violence and intense imagery in some Mickey Mouse films and cartoons. Critics argue that exposure to these themes can desensitize young children to violence and contribute to a culture of aggression and conflict. While Disney has made efforts to address some of these concerns in recent years, the company's media continues to be a topic of debate among parents, educators, and child development experts. Mickey Mouse and copyright. Mickey Mouse's legacy is also marred by controversies surrounding copyright laws and intellectual property. The Mickey Mouse Company has been criticized for aggressively protecting its trademarks and copyrights, often to the detriment of independent artists and creators. This has led to accusations of monopolization and stifling creativity within the entertainment industry. The aggressive protection of Mickey Mouse's intellectual property has been a contentious issue for many years, with critics arguing that the company's actions have had a negative impact on the entertainment industry as a whole. In particular, Disney's stance on copyright has been the subject of much debate and criticism. Some have accused the Mickey Mouse Company of engaging in monopolistic practices by using its vast financial and legal resources to bully smaller companies and independent creators into submission. In some cases, it has gone to extreme lengths to protect its trademarks and copyrights, even going so far as to sue preschools and small businesses for using images of their characters without permission. Mickey Mouse has been criticized for his lack of diversity. While Disney has made some efforts to diversify its characters in recent years, Mickey Mouse's history is marked by a lack of representation of people of color and other marginalized groups. Mickey Mouse himself is a white male character who embodies traditional Western values and ideals. Critics argue that this lack of diversity reinforces harmful stereotypes and sends a message that only certain types of people are worthy of representation in the media. In response to this criticism, more diverse characters in recent years have been introduced to Mickey Mouse films, such as Tiana from The Princess and the Frog and Moana from Moana. Additionally, efforts have been made to incorporate more diverse storylines and perspectives in Mickey Mouse content. However, some argue that these efforts are not enough and that Mickey Mouse still has a long way to go in terms of representation and inclusion. Even though Mickey films have made progress featuring more diverse characters, many of these characters still embody stereotypes and tropes that are harmful to marginalized communities. Censorship and controversy. Mickey Mouse, known for his beloved animated characters, has faced criticism for censorship and controversies. One notable example is the cartoon Der Führer's Face, released in the 1940s, which depicted Adolf Hitler in a satirical manner. Although the cartoon was intended to be humorous and anti-Nazi, some viewers found it insensitive and inappropriate. In the 1930s and 40s, the Mickey Mouse Company had a complex relationship with Nazi Germany. Despite some of Mickey Mouse films being banned in the country, Disney continued to do business with it and even attended a meeting with German officials in 1935. This association has led to accusations that Mickey Mouse was complicit in the rise of Nazism. We appreciate you sticking around, and we do hope you enjoyed the video. But why stop now? Click these videos for more awesome content.